All right, let's settle it. The biggest debate in tech, iPhone versus Android. We're going to cut through all the noise today and figure out if there's really a right answer. So, who actually wins? I mean, we all have that one friend who defends their phone choice like it's their favorite sports team, right? But beyond all the hype, can we actually find an objective winner? Let's see. Okay, here's how we're going to do it. We're setting up a 7-round head-to-head battle. We'll look at everything from how you can personalize your phone to how well it works with all your other gadgets. And in each round, only one can come out on top. Kicking things off with round 1, customization. This is all about your ability to make your phone, well, yours. How much control do you really have to tweak the look and feel of the thing you use every single day? You know, this slide really gets to the heart of their two different philosophies. Apple gives you some neat new options like widgets on your lock screen, but you're definitely playing in their meticulously designed sandbox. Android, though, it basically tosses you the keys to the entire car and says, have fun. We're talking custom themes, different icon packs. You can put your apps literally anywhere. So while Apple's approach is super polished, you just can't argue with the absolute freedom that Android offers. So this one's a no-brainer. The first point goes to Android. That's Android 1, iPhone 0. On to round 2, features. Pretty simple question here. Which phone can just do more stuff right out of the box? Look, both phones are feature-packed, but Android still has some unique tricks up its sleeve. You get a real file system for one. You can set manual charging limits to keep your battery healthy. You can even use your phone to wirelessly charge your friends' earbuds. And that's before we even get to the hardware. If you want a crazy 10x zoom camera, Android is where you gotta look. So yeah, while the iPhone nails the basics, the sheer variety of what you can get, both in software and hardware, gives Android the win here. And just like that, Android is up 2-0. All right, let's switch gears for round 3, ease of use. 'Cause for a lot of people, this is the whole ballgame. You just want a phone that's simple, intuitive, and doesn't make you feel like you need an engineering degree to use it. This quote just nails Apple's entire philosophy. I mean, think about it. The green phone icon on an iPhone, it's been on the left side of the dock for, 17 years now? The camera app is pretty much the same as it was a decade ago. That consistency is a feature, not a bug. It's why it's so easy to use. And when you add in the fact that there's no bloatware and you can literally walk into an Apple store for help, it's a clear win for the iPhone here. And just like that, Apple is on the board. The score is now Android 2, iPhone 1. Round 4. This one is super important, but it's something we almost never think about when we're buying a phone. Support and updates. How long is your phone actually going to get the latest, most secure software? Let's take a look. So just look at this chart. Samsung is doing a really good job for Android, pushing support to 4, sometimes 5 years. But Apple is just in a totally different league. An iPhone from 2018 is still getting the latest major iOS updates. That's just incredible value over the long haul. If you want a phone that's going to last and stay secure for years and years, the iPhone is the undisputed champ here. And with that, we have a tie game. It's all knotted up at 2-2. Okay, round 5, apps. Now, you might think this is an easy tie. Both platforms have millions of apps, right? But there's a subtle difference here that really matters. You've heard the saying, right? It's all about quality over quantity. And because there are so few models of iPhone to develop for compared to the thousands of different Android phones, developers often focus their best efforts on iOS. It's just easier and more efficient for them. It's really just simple economics. That's why the hottest new apps, and sometimes even the best versions of apps from companies like Google, often show up on the iPhone first. So iPhone takes the point and the lead. The score is now 3-2. Let's move on to round 6. This one's a little more subjective, but it's still important. Let's talk about the wow factor, excitement. Which platform is actually pushing the envelope and making us excited for what's next? Don't get me wrong, an iPhone launch is a huge event. But let's be real. A lot of the hype is about Apple finally adding features that Android phones have had for years. If you want to see the truly wild stuff, like phones that fold in half, experimental new designs, all the cool, weird, fun stuff is happening in the Android world. So when it comes to pure, unadulterated excitement and innovation, Android gets the point. And look at that, we are tied up again. It's 3-3 heading into the final winner-take-all round. Okay, this is it. The final round, the decider. Ecosystem. This isn't just about the phone anymore. It's about how smoothly it works with your watch, your earbuds, your laptop, the whole digital tapestry of your life. Samsung has built a really impressive ecosystem with tons of choices. But Apple's, it's just so seamless, it feels like magic sometimes. Using your iPhone as a high-quality webcam for your Mac with zero setup, that's continuity camera. And let's not forget the social glue in the US. iMessage, FaceTime, and Find My are incredibly powerful. This was a really close one. Both sides are strong. But for that effortless integration and the sheer power of its network, the final, decisive point goes to the iPhone. And that's a wrap. All 7 rounds are in the books. So let's take a look at the final scorecard and see who our champion is. So let's run it back real quick. Android came out swinging, taking customization, features, and excitement. But iPhone staged a massive comeback, winning on ease of use, support and updates, apps, and that crucial final round, the ecosystem. Which means, by a final score of 4-3, the winner of this showdown is the iPhone. But hold on. Before you rush to the comments, there is one more thing. Okay, everybody calm down, because the real truth is there is no objective winner here. This is one of the most personal tech decisions you can make. The only question that matters is who wins for you. So, you know what? Let's just throw my scoreboard out the window. It's time to build your own, one that's tailored specifically to what you care about. And it's actually really simple. First, just take those 7 categories we went through and rank them based on what's most important to you. Second, give each one a rating from 1 to 5. Maybe you don't care about customization at all, but the ecosystem is everything. Finally, just do the math and you'll find your true champion. When you really think about it, the fact that this debate is so fierce is a good thing. The real winner is all of us, because this rivalry pushes Apple and Google to keep making their products better and better every single year. So, we've laid out the framework. We've gone through the pros and cons. Now it's over to you. After all that, what's your winner?